generations. Much can be learned from past generations. For past generations write history. They become history. The past may have already been written, but the future awaits a new generation.
Oh my God! It's SmackDown versus Raw! Sports entertainment will never be the same!
For a first in the SmackDown vs. Raw series, you'd expect it to be a different game from the previous games. I mean, it's SmackDown vs. Raw, not SmackDown. So what does this game do to stand out of the crowd?
Nothing! Absolutely nothing!
Yep, it's just Here Comes the Pain with a different name.
It's just bad.
With less content, little to nothing added, and the same terrible combat system as Here Comes the Pain. Man, for the first in SVR, it sure wants to be the worst. Oh well, let's just get this thing over with so we can move on already to better games. Hopefully. The terrible Create a Superstar system from Here Comes the Pain is back in all its dookie-coated glory, as it's still nigh impossible to make anyone in real life or even cartoon/anime or video game. It's a system that doesn't allow for much in the way of sculpting the body nor face, as everyone will look the same no matter what. They have the same proportions and faces. Yep, same face syndrome. The sign of a bad character creator. Never had this issue with later SmackDown vs. Raw games. This is just Here Comes the Pain problem.
Nice fucking model!
I was barely able to make anything that could even be considered a Timu knockoff Charlie, Muta, and Zack. It was so bad I decided I wasn't going to create pretty much anyone else just so I don't have to deal with this shit system anymore. Dear God. What a stupid design choice by going with the worst creator since SmackDown 1 on the PlayStation 1.
You know it, I know it, everybody knows it.
You can still make stables. But they decided to get rid of the unique names for entrances. Now everything is generic, so good luck figuring out which is which. They knew they screwed up too, as now you can preview the entrances, which is 15 seconds long loading screen in between each one. So you want to know what generic team entrance 1 is? 15 seconds, here it is. You don't like it? Okay, quit. 15 seconds, okay, now you're back at the stable creator. Now choose generic tag team entrance 2. 15 seconds, oh, it's not the one you want? Okay, go ahead and exit. 15 seconds, okay, now you're back at create a stable. You starting to see the problem here?
Absolutely. Yep.
This is terrible, but go ahead, play it yourself to understand what I mean.
No thanks.
You still have create a moveset to assign moves and full-on presets onto whoever you want, but with such a lackluster roster, I had to make changes to everyone's original template. Charlie is still HBK, cause of course he is, he's Moisty Boy. Muta had to be made into Kane without Mark Henry around. Derp was just random. Queso lost the Rock, so he was also changed to something random. And Zack, of course. You gotta keep Zack as Scotty Too Hottie.
Boingy, 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 boingy.
Still can't make entrances, however, so that sucks. But whatever, we need to talk about the roster. Just look at it for a few seconds. Cricket, 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 cricket.
What the f*** is this?
My thoughts exactly. As this is one of the worst rosters so far, if not the worst. As even Here Comes the Pain had more to offer. Just wow. Did they cut corners to get this game out in less than 1 year? We really have no one here that's recognizable basically. Who the fuck is A-Train? Chuck Palumbo? Garrison Cade? Shelton Ben Amin, Charlie Haas, Mark Jindrak, Rene Dupree, and Rico.
Oh my god. What the who the fuck was this for? They forgot, maybe it's undecided because the developers haven't figured it out.
Replace these guys with Hulk Hogan, Jeff Hardy, Mark Henry, Randy Savage, and more instead. Then we'll be talking, but good God, just a mediocre roster all around. Barely anyone from the past few games is here. Was SmackDown and Raw just in a dark place during the 2003-2004 era? This is some of the worst wrestler selections I've ever seen in any WWE game.
Amen.
Oh God, no. Oh, fucking hell. It's still the same exact layout as Here Comes the Pain, so go figure. Though, I still hate the layout and mechanics of Here Comes the Pain, so not surprisingly, I didn't have any fun playing this reskin of Here Comes the Pain. Seriously, how is this SmackDown vs. Raw? This isn't SVR, this is dog shit. Still featuring the same terrible combat system with the same terrible reversal system that's broken and never works right. Combat is still 100% the same as Here Comes the Pain, so of fucking course everything is clunky and boring. Nothing works right. And I just cannot be bothered to get into it. It's boring, frustrating, and god-awful. I just want to go back to Shut Your Mouth instead. A way better game.
Hear, hear.
Trying to push people out of the ring during Royal Rumble doesn't work that well. Neither does the ring out meter on you.
Hey, who can blame it? The superstars are in the ring, and the match is about to start.
As now in Royal Rumble, you have a meter that permanently degrades over time. Someone tries to force you out of the ring. Yet it doesn't really work right either, as I try to fight back and still got eliminated faster than the French did during World War II. Reversals are still impossible to really pull off. As I spam the buttons, I still get slammed and thrown around the ring like a white girl in an NBA locker room. It's just a terrible system that replaced a much better one from Shut Your Mouth. Dear God, what a waste.
We'll be staying with this match to the end with no commercial interruptions.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, available at Walgreens.
Randomly, every time you play a match, a random set of QuickTime events may occur, throwing you off, and if you don't nail them exactly as displayed as quickly as inhumanely possible, you will lose and the opponent will get an edge over you throughout the whole goddamn match.
Why?
These will occur during the beginning of matches at random, so it's not always a guarantee, but also they will randomly occur during matches. So if you're winning the game and the game decides to throw in a random QTE to throw you off and let the AI win instead.
Gay!
Yep, it's truly annoying and has no reason to exist. It's just a tacked on feature to give Here Comes the Pain 2.0 some sort of value as to why it's being sold for $60 back in the day.
Just fucking, you know?
For some reason, they thought that jumping from the top ropes needed to be slowed down so much that by the time you almost jump, your opponent will get up there from your finisher to unleash on that you unleashed onto them to only hit you off of the top of the rope. Yay!
Rope break. The endurance of these men is almost superhuman. If one of these guys builds momentum, this match is over.
They also removed victory sings for every match type outside of Royal Rumble, and it's pretty dog shit. Yeah, go figure. Here Comes the Pain didn't even have commentary at all, but thankfully that was fixed with this game. But to remove the satisfaction outro to a match, that's just stupid.
These guys are gonna tear each other apart.
Boingy 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 boingy. Boingy 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 boingy. Boingy 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 boingy.
That's it?
Under Shop Zone, you can see challenges where if you complete certain actions in single player matches, you can earn money. These, however, never unlocked for me, no matter what I tried, so go figure. Whatever, we're moving on. This game is giving me an aneurysm.
Ah, broke a damn blood vessel!
So I decided to look into PPV Mode. Here we can make our very own championship belts. But it costs a truckload of money and it's nothing special. Oh well, it was a neat idea on paper, but the fact it costs money to even do is stupid. Don't hinder our creativity any more than you already do with such a lackluster restrictive superstar creator.
Based.
So outside of that disappointment, what about pay-per-view mode itself? We can make our very own PPVs. Except all it is watching a cutscene of your selected wrestlers, an intro, silent commentary.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
Then you can play, watch, or skip each of the 3 mandatory matches you had to set up with no real customization. And that's it. That's PPV mode in a nutshell. Yeah.
Ah, you know what? This sucks!
Oh god. On to the other section where we will start out with how grueling this game's load times are. Just how the fuck did anyone put up with this shit back in the day? Let alone even now. This is just horrendous. You got 25 to 52 second long loading screens, give or take, depending on the match type, the amount of wrestlers, which wrestlers are you using, such as created or unique, and the arena, among other things. It's just a slog that holds SVR back from any attempts at being fun. But then again, it's just Here Comes the Pain 2.0, so what else is new? Well, what's actually new to this game? Outside of the QuickTime events, nothing really was added. Just a lot of stuff was removed.
Wait, what?
So, if they didn't really add anything, what did they end up removing? Well, besides the fact that the roster was gutted severely, we also lost backstage brawls.
Shit the fuck!
Yeah, so now we cannot run backstage and duke it out across the entire arena and the streets like in Shut Your Mouth. Yet another example of a downgrade. This game just keeps getting worse and worse.
Can't I just have a break? Can't I just have one break?
But if you can earn WWE cash in season mode to complete challenges, you can then use it to unlock new stuff.
Yay!
Where you can buy mostly experience points for your created superstar.
Gay, totally gay.
Then you can unlock legends like Brutus Beefcake.
Who's that?
Then you can unlock a few new wrestling rings from pay-per-view mode. But finally, you can unlock sexy loading screens.
10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, best king, best king.
Or get the divas on the main menu wearing skimpy outfits.
I mean, you only see one hand. You don't see both hands.
Overall, SmackDown vs. Raw is it's such a massive disappointment. It's literally Here Comes the Pain renamed, with no real improvements and less content and features. I hated Here Comes the Pain, but this is just a million times worse. As such, I'm not looking forward to SVR 2006. I mean, if this game is so bad and the foundation for what SmackDown vs. Raw series is to be, God only knows how much worse things can get. At the end of the day, SmackDown vs. Raw is just a terrible, more lackluster, butchered version of Here Comes the Pain. There's nothing here that screams SVR. It's barely even worth playing.
Do I look like a happy camper to you?
I know you told your friend you're not okay.
Didn't think so.
Honestly, I just hope that nostalgia isn't blinding me with SVR 07 and SVR 10 down the line. But first, we'll eventually have to look at SVR 06. I'll tackle them in order for a more fair comparison to improvements and downgrades. So whenever I can get to it, I will. Whenever I feel like dealing with it. Ugh. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
And yeah, that's really about it. See ya.
Fans behind me, they can't wait for WWE action. I'm Michael Cole, I can barely hear you, partner.
Maybe you could hear me, but you're not letting me talk. Let me get a word in for God's sake. No doubt this crowd is pumped, and so am I.
You know, Taz, deep down, these superstars have a lot of respect for each other.